Fellow Biafrans, ladies and gentlemen, home and abroad, I have a very vital issue for you. This moment, let's dissect it. Let's know your opinion. Let's know what you think about this very particular issue. Tinubu have been issuing threat on the Simon Ekpa's extradition, and I want to believe that he has tried every way possible, every means possible to make sure that the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic in exile is being repatriated according to his heart desire and the wishes of Nigerian lawmakers, Nigerian politicians, Igbo politicians, and Igbo elites. But all this while, all the plans he has put in place have not been fertile, all have been futile. And because of the futility, now he decided to go to Finland himself to bring Simon Ekpa back himself before December 2nd. And as it stands now, I want to believe that his advisors must have told him that the best way to get Simon Ekpa brought back is for him to go there himself and talk with the Prime Minister of Finland one-on-one and face him as a man, faces a man, scan into his face and his eyeball and tell him that Simon Ekpa cannot overpower the whole Nigeria. And there it comes that you who is listening to this issue must have something to offer. So now, if you permit me to say something, quickly look at the armored cars, armored tankers, and sophisticated weapons acquired by Tinubu and his administration to use it and combat the menace of Nigeria terrorists. And all those ammunitions, Tucano jets and jet fighters, and the armored cars were packed there, and the soldiers are not doing what they are assigned to do. What were they assigned to do? They were assigned that when something like this crop up in the country, that soldiers have to face the terrorists headlong. Soldiers have to face the bandits headlong, but rather they are just hanky-panking them, pampering them, every day calling their names on the social media that bandits kidnapped so, bandits requested so amount, bandits raped so women, bandits kidnap so people, bandits killed a lot of people. So this is what you'll be hearing in Nigeria on daily basis. Tinubu have not taken any bold step to make sure that this issue is dead once and for all. And Tinubu have not seen the reason to take a decisive decision against the bandit groups operating in Zamfara State, Katsina State, Sokoto State, Kebbi State, Niger State, Borno State, that's Maiduguri, Kaduna State, Kano State, and many other places in Nigeria. He paid a nonchalant attitude and he turned blind eyes, paid deaf ear to the issue of the activities of bandits in Nigeria. But what is hindering him sleep is Biafra agitation, Biafra nation, Biafra freedom, which I want to tell you now categorically that there is no man born of woman that can stop Biafra nation from coming to reality. If it becomes worst, what we are going to spend is money. All what is needed is money and the connections in order to make sure that Biafra nation is restored and arrived in peace. Because why I always hammer on peace is because peace is the most important thing that every normal human being must look for. If you are normal, you don't fight people who are reasonable. You don't fight people who are out to build the nation, to build the country, to bring out their money and their wisdom to help you to build the country. You don't fight them, and you don't supposed to see them to be your arch enemies, and you don't go against them anyway. But what we are seeing in Nigeria today is that Nigeria government focused on Biafrans and Biafra agitation and Biafra restoration, which whatever he likes to do, let him do. There are men who will confront him. Already, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have defeated the Nigerian government and defeated Nigerians as a whole in the international court and the national court situated in Abuja. So what left? So all the efforts that Tinubu is now making in order to stop the coming of the restoration of Biafra nation is a waste of time. Tinubu cannot stop Biafrans from becoming a nation. I have not seen the similitude, and there's no predetermined indicator to that. I'm telling you the truth. So then, if Tinubu should be wise enough, what he's supposed to do is to begin to combat insecurity, begin to fight terrorism, fight terrorists, fight bandits, because these are the people who are making him uncomfortable in Aso Rock. These are the people who have devastated Nigeria. These are people who have created bad name against Nigerians. These are people who are tarnishing the images of Nigeria. 1, 2, Tinubu is supposed to look into the matter of Nigerians who are crying, who are weeping because of hungry. They are hungry and they need a means to survive. So, Tinubu is supposed to look into the economy of Nigeria crucially and diligently in order for him to reserve a good legacy, to say that when he was in Aso Rock, things were fine. Let's take example of the late M.K.O Abiola, his brother, Moshood Abiola. The very day Abiola won election, I have not seen such peaceful, democratic, elected president in Nigeria before. The Abiola's election was so peaceful and was confirmed even in the land of the dead. The dead came out and confirmed that Abiola won the election. It was free and fair. There was no mago-mago. There was no killing. There was no ethnic cleansing. There was no shedding of blood. Are you getting what I'm saying? And immediately it was announced that M.K.O Abiola have won the Nigeria presidential election. You see, the prices of commodities everywhere in Nigeria became very cheap immediately, just to show you how rich M.K.O Abiola was, how good or kind the man was. But because Nigeria is an evil entity, they did not allow him to rule for one day. They set him up and they killed him. So, since they killed Moshood Abiola, have peace returned to Nigeria? Have Nigeria democracy been restored since that time, is there any means that the Nigerian politicians can come out and declare that since Abiola's death or Abiola's denial of a presidential seat, that peace have been reigning in Nigeria? Let me quickly tell you that the killing of Abiola or Abiola's death was a cause to Nigerian government and Nigerians, because they refused to come out and condemn the evil act, the dastard act of killing Abiola or Abiola's death. They leave it like that till date. But you see that immediately Tinubu was announced a winner, according to them. Then things get so skyrocketed in the market, in the house, in the bush, in the water, in the fire, in the moon, in the star, in the sun. Nobody have peace everywhere. Even a baby in the womb try to come out before 9 months because of hunger, starvation, no medication, no hospital. Everywhere is terrorism activities. Terrorist here, terrorist there. Now, you are seeking a means for Mazi Simon Ekpa to be extradited. So, of what offense? And is that the only thing that left for you as the president of Nigeria to get accomplished, so that somebody can congratulate you that when you are there, you did well? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Tinubu have failed. He failed in insecurity. He failed in his promises. He failed Nigerians as a president. He brought disgrace to the faces of Nigerians everywhere in the world, because people listen on how Nigerians are suffering and protesting for hunger and high costly of commodities in the market. There's no food as a result of the terrorist activities, but Tinubu does not care. Rather, he will jump inside a plane to France, to London, to UK, and forcing the so-called lawmakers in Nigeria to buy him a private jet. So, listen, is it not when somebody have worked seriously and they deserve some reward, then he doesn't supposed to demand for it? Nigerians will say, since Tinubu came into power, Nigeria have been having peace. Peace that is reigning in Nigeria have become unusual. So let's see how we can get presidential jet for our president. But Tinubu came into Aso Rock with arrogance and pride. At the same time, Tinubu came into Aso Rock with a rebellion and deceptive attitude, to the extent that today it has been made clear that Tinubu have no right of whatsoever to refuse to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But Tinubu have made himself clear that he is afraid of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he may release him and the worst will happen. And what is that worst that will happen? That Biafrans will leave Nigeria. So why won't you leave Biafrans to go? Since you are a man and you are the president of Nigeria, all the money in Nigeria, all the power in Nigeria is in your hand. So let Biafrans go so that you can continue with your Nigeria. You said no. Let me tell you that there are many ways of catching a rat. In case if you don't know, don't feel like caging and holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu hostage in the DSS abyss will solve the problem of Nigeria, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is never a problem of Nigerians. From day one, Simon Ekpa is not the problem of Nigerians. You, Tinubu, you are the problem of Nigerians with your bandits and your cabals, as you are a Jagaban. And this is what have escalated the problems of Nigeria. that everywhere in Nigeria is full of mayhem. Everywhere in Nigeria, there is no peace. Sit down and ask yourself a question. Sit down, Tinubu, for self-introspection. Ask yourself, re-examine your life, re-examine your character, re-examine your decisions, re-examine the thought of your heart, re-examine your motivation, re-examine your compatibility, re-examine everything within and around you. Then you will see that Biafrans have no hand in the jeopardy that you people have joined hand together to bring upon Nigerian innocent citizens today. So, my dear listener, what I'm telling you at this moment is that Tinubu is preparing to leave Nigeria to Finland for Mazi Simon Ekpa's extradition. So, which I am here telling you categorically that from now until Jesus Christ come, Tinubu's legs will never step into Finland. I'm telling you the truth. Reason is this: Tinubu don't know law. Tinubu doesn't know anything about law. He doesn't know anything about politics. He does not know anything about human management. He doesn't know anything about economics. He doesn't know anything about international treaty. And he doesn't have any means, all right, to say he is going to this place because of this. So let him coordinate and comport himself. So he has been to many places in the world, in the foreign country, where he went for summit or conference only to disgrace Nigerians there and come back. And because of Nigerians have decided that this is the kind of person they want to rule them, they remain quiet and remain silent. And they don't know that disgrace he brought upon himself will be extended to each and every one of Nigerians from one place to another. Just listen to me. No matter what Tinubu and Nigerians will do, they cannot move Simon Ekpa out of Finland, and they cannot stop the coming of Biafra nation. Whether they like it or not, I am telling you the truth at this moment. So he might have prepared to go with his entourage, his soldiers, and probably with his weapons, in case if Finland refused to release Mazi Simon Ekpa for him, he will begin to fight Finland from there. His name is Sorry. So because I don't think that the eyes that saw him last in Nigeria will see him again. If he is going to Finland with the motive that if Finland mess up, then not to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not to release Mazi Simon Ekpa, but then he's going to deal with them with his weapon. So what type of weapon does Tinubu have? What type of weapon does Nigerian government have? All the scraps they went and acquired right from Buhari's regime, those scraps they call weapon, cannot kill any terrorist. Are you listening to what I'm saying? What they acquired is both their plane and armored car are scraps. They are scraps, and this is why they have not been able to kill even one terrorist. But if it is something that is happening in Biafra land, you see how they will rush it. But I want to tell you that once bitten, twice shy. Biafrans have come together and arranged themselves and believe in themselves. There is no saboteur amongst them. Those who are fighting for this actualization of Biafra nation, they are standby and ready to do the needful. I leave you here.